Hello everybody and welcome back to Dana's Coloring Obsession. I hope you guys are all doing well and that your weekend is going smoothly and you're all relaxed, kicking back in your comfiest chair with your comfiest blanket and hearing my puppy shake his head with his ears flapping his face. Sorry if you heard that. Jackson, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sorry. Anyways, he's in his comfy little bed with his comfiest little blanket. Anyways, that was a small tangent. I am coming to you with a video. So almost 3 days ago now, I put a poll up on my community tab about our full book color along. We have done 5 months in Seasons by Hanna Karlzon, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Love that book to pieces. But a couple months after we decided to do that book, it went out of print. Now you can still get it on, I almost said Facebook Germany, Amazon Germany, Amazon France. I think you can still get that, but you have to pay shipping and it can be pricey. People are selling it like in different places. Because it's out of print, it's just going to be harder and harder to come to purchase it if you're new to my community and you want to jump in and color along. So because of that, I put up a poll. Sorry, tangent again. Well, it's not tangent, but anyway, I put up a poll saying, do you want to just stick with Seasons, or do the majority of you think we should find a new book and start coloring a new book? And so far, over 50 of you have voted, and over 60% of you say we should get a new book. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what this video is about. I will put a thumbnail up on Instagram as well with the ability to vote there. But in this video, I couldn't decide on just 4 books, which would be the poll that I would create. Usually you can't do more than 4 pictures. So I decided to make a video on it. And that way you guys got a little better of an idea about the book in whole, and you can make a better decision for yourselves. That way, if you are going to be purchasing a book for the color along, then you'll know fully what's inside of it and all that. So I have 8 books here, and how this is going to work is in the comments below, I want you to just put, a number 1 through 8 of which book you would want to be our new community full book color along. Okay. And I'm going to start. I'm going to maybe not do every single page because, I don't need to flip every single page. There are tons of flips through for every book in this, but I will going to give you a very good idea of what the book is about. So first one is a Rita Berman book, Die Welt unter Der Lupe Zulande. I think Land Under the Microscope, or something that I don't know the exact translation of that, and I apologize. And of course we still have a glare even though I pointed the dang light away. That's better, I guess. Anyways, so if you know this book already before we start flipping and you really love it, you might want to wait till you know all of the books. But if you don't want to watch the whole video, I will put them down in the description as well by their designated number so that there's no confusion before you vote. So, but this is Rita Berman's Land Under the Microscope book. I do want to also say that most of these I don't have anything colored in. A couple of them I do have either a whip or 1 page colored in it. And what I'll do is on the first color along, I will tell you what I used and anything special about the page if there was anything. And this one, I did do 1 page in it, and it's the B page, and I'll show it to you. And it's got super golden marker on it, and I used polychromos for pins and a lot of Lango gel pen and Mod Podge Glitter Extreme. But that's the only page in here I have done. And this one is all about the animals. It's got lots of double page spreads. It's got a few different wallpaper pages, but not many. And I can think of, you know, I can do something fun for those. But it's got some double page spreads, some single page ones, and also things that we can do for like Easter and springy pictures and things like that, you know. So we can do, it's not seasonal per se, but it has seasonal like pages. But here's another, you know, I can just do different kind of color palettes and things for these kinds of pages. It's got some really neat, diverse things that we can do in here. Again, there's the B page. Like I said, I'm not going to flip all of them, but there are some zindoodly things. I love these two pages are some of my favorites in here. Okay, I'm going to skip a few pages, but there's some holly type flowers in it, but there's lots of animals, but there's teapots and houses. I mean, there's a lot of different things in here. It's not just animals or just, you know what I mean, one topic. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to include this book. Tropical, not tropical, you know, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. Oops. There's even a desert double page spread. So number one is that book. Next, if I can put these somewhere, there we go. We have, of course, because it's my channel, we have a Hanna Karlzon, which is Tales from the Midnight Masquerade. This isn't my favorite of her smaller books, but I know some other colorists who on their channels might be doing color alongs, you know, full book color alongs or buddy colors with their community in some of my more favorite books in this range. So I like this one. It still has beautiful, beautiful pages in it, you guys, and very mystical and magical because, you know, Masquerade, there's lots of dressed up, elegant, fun, fun-loving things we can do here. Lots of different things, and I can, of course, spice it up a bit in different areas. There's some double page spreads with fantastical outfits on the characters and even florals. But an array of all kinds of different things. There's sweets and party type things, more simpler pages even, but also the double page spreads and more intricate things like this. So there's an array of different things: crowns, metalwork, lighting, like lamps and scenes. So that's this one, Tales from the Midnight Masquerade by Hanna Karlzon. So that's, I'm sorry, the glare. I hope it's not glaring on your end. That's number 2. Number 3 is Botanicum by Maria Trolle, or Trolle. This one is a project book for some colorists I know, but nobody's doing like a buddy or community color along that I know of in this, and that mattered to me. You know, I didn't want to have it going with the same book with active members of the the YouTubes that I'm aware of. You know, I was trying to be respectful in that area. In my little corner of the YouTubes. So Botanicum. And it has an array of different types of things, from wintry scenes. It's got seasonal pages in it, both detailed and not. I love this one. I have one page colored in here from a long time ago. But there's townscapes and different types of, all kinds of different types of things. Lots of florals in a lot of the pages, but there's also a lot of different other things too. And there's some black backgrounds, unicorns and fish and little small persons. So scenes, you know, there's wreaths and all kinds of things in here. But there's also simpler pages. There's the one I've done with black widows and stickles and silver shimmer spray. But there's little elves and cute little fuzzy bees, bunnies for Easter, peacocks. So this one has an array of things as well. Okay, so that's number 3, Botanicum. And number 4 is Eriy's World Legend with Fairies, Journey to Magical Lands. And that's how I Google translated it anyways. And it's very, I'm going to go from back to front because it's easier with the bigger books. They've got some postcards in the back, but I will, if we pick these, I will translate all the things as we go. But it's got different fairy tales. Some I don't know, some I do. But some really busy pages, some not so busy pages. Some really cute stuff going on, some scenic pages. These are all the Greek gods, I believe, right here. And these are gods as well, but I'm not familiar with them. Again, they're in the, is it the back of the book or the front? It might be the front of the book. Yeah, the information's in the front of the book, and I will translate them the best I can before we do each page, if we do pick one of these, or this book. But there's Halloween pages, there's space timber pages, like that. Christmas pages. But also their fairy tales. Halloween. Well, I think I said Halloween, but really cute. But all kinds of, I tried to pick books that had an array of different things so we wouldn't get tired of things. So this is all going to be translated. Each time we go to a page, any of them would be translated, and I'll tell you guys what it means and stuff in the color along, to the best of my Google Translate. So, oh, where did our number go? So this one is number 4. Again, the title is World Legend with Fairies, Journey to Magical Lands by Eriy. So number 4. And I have another Eriy book. That one obviously was not colored. I did not color in that one. This one is another Eriy book. So number 5 is the one with the pumpkin on the front. And it is World Fairytales Beyond the Story, is how Google translated it for me. Okay, and I do have one page colored in here. And like I said before, if I have this was a very early page for me, so be kind. It's got a lot of acrylic paint on it and sparkle. I don't know if you can see that. But like Thumbelina, this is Thumbelina. And Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty, Puss in Boots, and again, they're all will be translated. Each page has a little blurb about it in the front. Three Little Pigs, Alice in Wonderland, Pinocchio, Aladdin, looks like to me. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Little Mermaid. So that's number 5. Again, it is, I think it's translated, World Fairy Tales Beyond the Story. At least that's what Google said it was. Number 5. And a couple more. I have number 6 is a Mythographic Aviary. I don't have anything colored in this, by Joseph Catimbang. Now it is a lot of flying creatures, but there are a lot of different types of pages in here, still very different from each other. There's one, and so these are all mythographics. Obviously there's some spacey type ones for September. This one isn't real seasonal. I mean, you could argue with some of them being seasonal. Butterfly, hummingbirds. Let's see. There's a dream catcher with some birds, and see, this one's really neat. It's all one-sided too, so you can use markers and all kinds of stuff. We can use all kinds of mediums in here. Golds and firebirds, swans, and, you know, cosmic type things. I love flamingos. They're pink. But all kinds of different types of stuff in here. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. I like this one just because these, I like to color cherries, but they all have like dewdrops on them. I love that. And I like the little sprite butterfly girl that's in there too. There's one in here at the beginning of this book specifically for like Valentine's, reminds me of like Valentine's Day and those kinds of things. So there are things that we can do specifically for holidays, you know. But there's some of these pictures. Bees. There's the Valentine's one, or reminds me of Valentine's. Snakes and all kinds of animals actually in here, and even humans. Lots of pages. So that is Aviary by Joseph Catimbang, and that's number 6. Nothing colored in there. Nothing colored in this one. It's number 7, Mythographic Magical Earth by Joseph Catimbang. And all of these books have flip-throughs on YouTube if you want to see every single page. But again, there's all kinds of types of pages in here. Sloths. This is one of my favorites in the book. Look at all those crystals. So that's Magical Earth, number 7. And the last one is Kirby Roseanne's Mythomorphia, number 8. Now, I do have a whip in here, which you guys have seen before. So I'm coloring the background black And this is going to be the water dragon, and this is fire, but it's going to be pinks. So I will color, since I've got just, I mean, basically it's just the background that's got colored. I did start on his face with Prismas, and I will go through the colors, obviously, that I used, and then you guys will see the rest of him being colored. This one needs a second coat of black because it's really streaky. This one doesn't. This one's fine. But yeah, that's the only one. But this has a lot of single pages or double pages that like wintry and not wintry and mystical. It does have a few of those hidden objects, but some of them we can go over and do hidden objects. Some of which I will be able to white out with the Dr. PH, the white, opaque white paint that I bought in the last haul I showed. But it's got some major double page spreads. And some of those, depending on what's going on that month, might be a 2-monther. And a couple of different parts. But the 1 pages, I can do one part videos on. But yeah, let me show you a few more in the back. I didn't really flip this very good. There's some mermaids and all kinds of stuff back here. Mystical, Halloween typey stuff, dragons and unicorns and not phoenix. What are the harpies? Mystical lands. Trolls or goblins, I'm not sure what they are, and we'll read about each page as well in the color along back here. Oh, maybe he doesn't have it in this one. Oh, it's just the added little elements, so he doesn't have a blurb in this book about his pages. Anyway, so that is number 8 by Kirby Rosanis, Mythomorphia. So those are the 8 again. Mythomorphia is 8. Magical Earth is 7. Aviary is 6. Sorry, I have to look. Worldwide Fairytales Beyond the Story is 5. By Eriy. Another one by Eriy is World Legend with Fairies, Journey to Magical Lands. With the witch on a broom, and this one's with the pumpkin, if that's easier to remember. 5, and this is 4. Maria Troll's Botanicum is number 3. Midnight Masquerade by Hanna Karlzon is number 2, and number 1 is World Under the Microscope by Rita Berman, or De Welt unter der Lupe Zulande. Okay, so those are the 8. You can look down in the description if you don't remember which book is what number, and then you please comment just a number. If you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. Just the number that you would pick, and I'm going to tally everything up after a few days of this being up and available to all of you. I will also post the thumbnail for this video on Instagram with the numbers associated to the books and ask you to vote there too, so we can get as many votes as possible. Please don't vote in both places. However, I would appreciate it that if you either vote on YouTube or Instagram, one or the other. And yeah, that's going to do it. And after a few days, we will have the book that we are going to start coloring in, and then I will pick a page and we'll get started in December. That does mean that there's not going to be a full book color along this month, but I will be doing the speed color in the Stratton Peterson book in within the next day or 2. So once I get that edited, it'll be up on the channel before the end of the month. So thank you for hanging out. If you did stick around till the very end of the video, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It's free and it would really help my little community grow. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and rest of your weekend. And I hope that you all take care of yourselves. So until the next video, bye.